Welcome to RAnsquawk's EU morning briefing for Wednesday, the 3rd of February 2010. In terms of what we've seen so far today, we have seen lower fixed income. Bund futures are trading lower, partly looking ahead towards some supply coming to the market in terms of €6 billion worth of supply in a bubble auction. But elsewhere, much of the focus does remain on Greece. Front page of this morning's FT newspaper saying that the EU have accepted those proposals. We're just awaiting in the next few moments the actual confirmation of that officially on the news wires, as well as them to outline the further details. But that has led to further tightening in terms of the peripheral spreads, especially that of the Greece against the German 10-year Bund. As well, we've had some asset reallocation trades as well out of bonds and into stocks, which has lifted equities off their initial opening lows. We're around 0.25% higher in the FTSE CAC and DAX currently. In the individual stocks news, we have seen the likes of Roche come out pre-market with their latest earnings report, which was slightly disappointing. Their net attributable profit for the quarter in Q4 was lower than expected, and they're down around 1.5%, weighing somewhat on the healthcare sector. But as mentioned, stocks are in positive territory, albeit only slightly. Driving some of that move has been basic materials on a sector basis. That's with spot gold and also WTI crude futures trading higher with a weaker dollar index. In terms of other things that we have seen in terms of data thus far, Eurozone service PMI number came in pretty much in line to, if not slightly higher on the revisions, and that did give the euro a bit of a boost in the currency markets. On the flip side though, that was closely followed by the UK services PMI, which came out quite a bit weaker than expected and put a cap on some of the early gains in sterling. In terms of the currencies, some of that being attributed, according to analysts, to the extreme cold weather that was experienced in the month of January in the United Kingdom. In terms of things to come then, we'll have the weekly NBA mortgage apps at around midday in London, and then we'll have the Norwegian rate decision. That's also due today at 1 o'clock. Analysts expecting rates to remain on hold though at 1.75% there by the Norges Bank. In terms of data from the US, no 130s, but we will have ahead of payrolls the Challenger jobs and also ADP employment change. In terms of estimates for ADP, currently stands at minus 30,000 against its previous at minus 84,000. And the following API numbers, we'll have the DOE all inventory numbers during the session today. In terms of the headline crude number, analysts expecting to be flat, having had a drawdown of around 3.9 million last week. In terms of fixed income, one thing to keep an eye on will be for US traders the quarterly funding announcement for 3, 10 and 30-year notes. That'll be 2 in London, so 8 in New York. And a couple of notable pre-market and after-market earnings to be aware of. Pfizer are the biggest pre-market, with Cisco Systems and Broadcom also due to report after the closing bell today.